Welcome to the Bar Sports Podcast. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell. Let's get it.
NBA playoff hunt. We're going to be discussing some teams who we think, is going to come out of those top 10 seeds and not make the playoffs, and some teams that we think are playing well going into the playoffs.
Who are your ins and outs for the East?
My ins and outs for the East, out, I have the Hawks, man. Currently in Georgia.
I'm not going to let you say that, though.
Fucking with the Hawks.
Since they got a new coach, they've been winning like fuck lately. They just lost their last game, but they've been winning like fuck since they got a new coach. So
I just think it's a little bit, I wouldn't say even a little bit too late, but I just feel like there's so many teams in the East playing better basketball than what they are playing, even though they are on the come up. So I have the Hawks trending out, and I also have, I want to say, who else I have it? The Nets.
Nets. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, hear me out.
Mikal Bridges, bro.
Mikal Bridges is that one. That's why I feel like this offseason is gonna be a big time offseason for him. I feel like him getting this trade and him realizing, damn, I can be a number one option in NBA. I'm like that too. I'm 6'9". I can shoot over anybody. I can get to my spots at any time. You already know what he brings on a defensive end. I feel like next year he'll take that next step, and the Nets could be a very great team. But I feel like this year they are on a 2-game winning streak. I just feel like they just don't. They're just not going to have it head into the playoffs, even though they are winning right now. What about you? What are some teams on the out that you got in the East?
Outs. I'm gonna go with Miami. Like when I watch Miami Heat, man, they have an abysmal offense. Like it looks terrible. It looked like the defense is cool. You probably win the play-in. And get into the playoffs. But for the most part, I don't see them being a 7 seed. I see them falling down, and I don't see Washington making it.
Who you think that is, though? Is it Eric
I think
Spoelstra, Jimmy?
One I think is Eric Spoelstra's fault. I think it's
Haslam.
whoever idea it is, like to keep making Tyler Hero the leading scorer on the team, like the main scorer on the team. Newsflash. He's not like that. If your main scorer on the team who's shooting all the shot averages 18 points a game, you're not going to win a championship. Give it a rest. Give the ball to Jimmy Butler. Give the ball to Bam Adebayo.
I say at best Tyler Hero's probably the second, but he's a third.
But he's like a main scorer. No, he's the main scorer.
I know but I'm saying like in real life he shouldn't be.
Exactly,
like a third.
He should be like an option.
But I feel like that is Miami's fault. Jimmy doesn't shoot the ball. I don't feel like he gives a fuck. I don't feel like he gives a fuck in the regular season. And Bam, he just kind of want to play active. Kind of like they just
Bam having one of his best seasons though, and that should say more about Jimmy. That's why I say it's more Jimmy fault too, because you got Bam having his best season since he got in the league, and then you just got Jimmy just being Jimmy.
Yeah, just being Jimmy.
Being Jimmy, not giving a fuck. But you go to every other team and start losing, and you cry and you complain and you blame it on other players. But now you in Miami, where y'all started a winning culture over there. Because Miami was dying out since LeBron left. You started a winning culture over there, you and Kyle Lowry, until Kyle Lowry got ass this year, so it's also his fault. But you started winning culture over there, and now you don't even fucking score enough points to beat some of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah. That's really what they're not scoring. They're not scoring the basketball. Like you said, Tyler Hero is their number one option, and he's kind of, he can be streaky at times, so you really can't be dependent on him because he hasn't really reached that status yet. You know what I'm saying?
And I just found a statistic that the Miami Heat are the worst scoring team in the league. They average 108 points a game, and they only give up 108 points a game. So they aren't the best defense in the league. They are one of the best defenses, but they are the worst offense in the league. And that's why I say I can kind of see them missing the playoffs. After that, I'm going to go with Washington just because I feel like they don't have the defense for the late game season when people actually trying to, make it to the playoffs.
Especially in the East. The East is such a defensive conference.
Yep. So I'm making it. I'm going to go with Orlando and Chicago taking those two spots. And I can see Atlanta Hawks, Toronto Raptors, Chicago Bulls, and Orlando Magic. The only reason I don't say the Indiana Pacers.
So you said you got the Magic getting in. Who else you just said?
The Chicago Bulls.
The Chicago Bulls.
Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic. Why? Because I believe both of those teams have like a season series advantage over Indiana right now. So they're gonna be able to take those spots. And I just don't think Washington can hold that 10th spot. I can't see Miami keep winning, like just averaging 108 points a game. It's not gonna work. These teams are finna start winning games.
I feel like Toronto could be dangerous. You know, they just picked up Jakob Portal.
Jakob Portal. That's why I'm not even taking a great pickup for them. Great pickup for them for sure.
Fred VanVleet. I want to see him kind of. You know, even a couple weeks ago he was playing some great basketball. It seemed like he's kind of just took a step back. I don't know what's going on, but if he can, if he can kind of get on the uptrend heading to the playoffs, look out, for a couple games for Raptors. I don't really see them winning too many games.
They don't have superstars. They just got like really good players, really good stars, really good players. People who have respectable games like Pascal Siakam. You can respect his game. Like it's not too much bag work. A little 24 game. Yeah. 24-8, 24-9.
The teams I have on the come up in the East, they're already in my teams, but I just have them playing some great basketball. Knicks and the 76ers. 76ers got a win over Milwaukee the other day.
So what you trying to say? Like they gonna go up a little bit further in the
yes,
rankings?
I feel like they could.
Philly won't, but maybe the Knicks go up.
I feel like Knicks could take over that Cavs spot.
They might get the third seed. You might just say something right there. They might get the third seed.
How many losses Philly got? Knicks though, 5 losses and they got 2 wins.
Philly got 41. They 41-22. The Knicks 2 games behind them.
Oh yeah, and that
they 2 games behind them. So they got a chance to take that position. They got a chance to take.
The Knicks
oh no, actually they not 2 games. Damn, they played way more games than Philly. Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
I see that now.
So I feel like the Knicks they've been playing some great basketball. Very proud of that squad. I like niggas who put in work and you get to see the progression.
Right.
Every year. Emmanuel quickly had a big game yesterday versus the Celtics. Jalen Brunson's been having a great year. Julius Randle's been scoring some buckets. He's been improving. I feel like they could make some noise in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie to you, just because they just play hard as hell.
It just depends who they matched up against.
Yeah.
If they end up playing like one of the top, if they don't end up in the top 4, they might lose first round. If they get a chance to play against the team,
if it starts today and they play the Cavs, what do you think that? What do you think that series would be?
I think the Cavs will beat them in 6.
Yeah,
I think the Cavs will beat them in 6. It'll be a good series though. The Knicks are a good team.
I love the Cavs,
but I just don't. The Cavs can't lose at home. I think that they only lost 7 games. They're like 27-7 at home right now.
Yeah, I
don't think they could beat them at home. And I think that the Cavs can take a game.
But Knicks are a better away team.
They are?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think the Cavs can take a game. I think the Cavs can take a game in Madison.
Yeah, I heard Gilbert Arenas and a number of other players have said playing in New York Knicks, their fan base is so wishy-washy. Like they just like to see good basketball. So let's say
they be cheering for the wrong people.
Yeah, so they just cheer for niggas going in and going crazy. So it's just like you can't really. Yeah, it's kind of their fault. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Outs and ends for the West, man. I'll say my outs and ends for the West, and this might be like, a reach, but I'm going to go ahead and say Minnesota's not making the playoffs. And it might look
I had them going in. I got them on my end.
I don't think that they have a leader right now. I think Ant-Man is like he's too immature. And I do love his game, but I don't think that it's going to bring, like, a real playoff run mentality. I think the Dallas Mavericks have to figure themselves out. The Clippers are fighting on not making the playoffs. New Orleans Pelicans, whenever Zion come back, they're going to make a nice run. I think that they might not make the playoffs as well.
You got the Pelicans going out.
I got the Pelicans going out, and I got the Jazz going out.
Yeah, for sure. I want to hit back on your. I want to give a rebuttal to your Timberwolves thing. I feel like Timberwolves have been playing some good basketball recently. About the leader thing, I feel like that's
in their last 10, so like they just like the same as they always is.
Yeah, I feel like Mike Conley has really brought some veteran leadership in to Anthony Edwards, kind of let him calm down with the wild shit. He still is wild because that's who he's going to be. But I've seen some games. Anthony Edwards is shooting the mid range.
Yeah, he's nice. He just don't have his other talent. Like if Cat was out there, they would be scary. You know, if they had this record, and Cat was out there, it'd be like, okay,
that would be sad though.
No, it wouldn't be sad. They are the Minnesota Timberwolves. You can't expect too much. The only reason they have this record right now is because of the amount of injury that's going on in the West. They get a lot of dubs off injury.
They won their last. They won their last three, and Cat is on the comeback. So I feel like things are getting better for them. They're starting to maybe turn a corner, per se.
I can see Minnesota probably being in the play-in. They're gonna trade out with. It's going to soon to be the Lakers are going to be in that 6 seed spot, in my opinion.
You feel like what do you feel like Ant-Man's potential can be if he really locked in? What do you feel like his potential could be?
I feel like he could be a superstar. I mean, I honestly already think he's heading towards that way. Yeah. I can't call him anything other than being a superstar. You're the best player on your team. Yeah. They in the playoff hunt. All-star. And you actually show out. I mean, all-star is like, You make the All-Star game, that shit cool. You feel me? Like that All-Star, cool. But if a nigga actually showing his ass on the court every game carrying, you gotta be a superstar.
He hasn't sat out. And this is true. His true shooting percentage. He's played every game this year. Anthony Edwards has not sat a game this year at all.
Yeah, I mean, he young. He shouldn't be sitting shit. Yeah, I mean, I kind of in a way want to say the Clippers won't make the playoffs, but I'm not going to disrespect that team. I'm going to allow them to just have their stars over there and see what they can do.
Yeah, I have the. Oh, you said what?
I personally haven't been seeing greatness out of Paul George lately, though. He's been like bare minimum.
He just mustered up a little greatness last night, 42. They were down to the Grizzlies without Ja. But they came back with some clutch moments. Russell Westbrook only put up 9 shots, which I think he needs to be hovering around that 9-10 shots a game. He don't need to shoot more than that. But I got them really going out too though. I thought he was just playing bad basketball.
Is it not crazy that Russell Westbrook seems like he knows what to do now? Like it seems like he knows how to stay out of people's way, not how to step on toes and not bitching on the fucking bench. And you know what I'm saying? Like why couldn't you do all of that with the Lakers?
Because I feel like he kind of knew like the Clippers. He know like this is kind of his last chance, and also like he knows the reputation he just had coming out of LA. Like before he went into LA, it was kind of like Russ is coming here to be the big three, so he's going to be playing. He's going to have big time minutes. He's going to be a future star. And when it was just like he's playing bad and everybody's shitting on him, he kind of like, damn, y'all niggas switched up, but they really ain't switched up. You switched up. So I feel like that's what that was. He just put his emotions to the wrong thing.
Well, this is what I'll say. The Clippers were giving up 108 to 109 points before Russell Westbrook got there. Now they're giving up 113. The Los Angeles Lakers were giving up 119 to 120 points a game. Now they're giving up 117. These are and obviously the Lakers view their differential can't go down that dramatically. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just scoring points. But the Clippers can because they're giving up 170 points, 130. They gave up bare minimum 129 points since with Westbrook on the roster. A bare minimum 129. They're
supposed to be a defensive team.
They're supposed to be a defensive team. I'll be the first to say that y'all fucked up. Y'all gave up. Y'all had probably the best roster in the league.
It was flowing.
Excuse me. It was probably the best roster in the league, and then you got rid of it. What made you go get Russell Westbrook when Reggie Jackson was already averaging like 32 on Russell Westbrook's head? I don't get it. Every time I witnessed Russell Westbrook have to guard Reggie Jackson, he had bare minimum 30. And he wouldn't miss.
And like y'all gave Reggie Jackson to
the
number
Nuggets,
1 seed in the West. Like what the fuck?
The same team that's probably gonna put you out of the playoffs.
The Nuggets is loaded. I seen they game the other day. I said, damn, I know everybody out here. Jeff Green, poor man's Bron. He get to smacking shit, smashing on niggas like.
Jeff Green is nasty.
Yeah, no cap, bro. Hard. He get the grip in that bit when he get to the court. That shit hard.
Who is the best team? Who are the?
Let me get my outs. My outs of the West. I said I had the Timberwolves going in, but my outs was Clippers, of course, and Grizzlies. I feel like the Grizzlies. Steven Adams is still hurt. We know somebody just went down. It's gonna be out for the rest of the year. Brandon Clark. This Josh situation that's going on with him suspended games. Now they're saying it's gonna be more than 2 games. It's gonna be out indefinitely. So
yeah, so
it's just like
they finna start falling.
Yeah, they did. I feel like we're gonna start free falling.
Oh yeah, man. To hop on that Ja topic because we didn't get an episode in on that. Ja Morant, man. Let's be real, man. And I do love that you came out in public and you said that you were having troubles dealing with your stress. I don't know, I don't know nothing about that, so I'm not gonna say that it wasn't true or whatever. But being inside of the club, for one, inside of the club after a loss is not a good look. Being inside the club on live after a loss is also not a good look. And then being on live in the club after a loss with your gun is also not a good look. Now, I'm not gonna be like, Shannon Sharp and say that you're not a hood nigga.
Yeah, I don't know
your
like,
background. I've seen your high school highlights, and I feel like you did go to like one of those smaller high schools.
From the mud.
Like, you might really be from the mud for real, bro. Because I know what it's about. So, you feel me? But what I will say is, bro, in our eyes, bro, what the fuck type of gun was that, bro? What the fuck was that, bro? A High Point? A 380? What was that, bro? A Ruger 380? Like, bro, keep it.
Some shit I can sneak in.
Keep it, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it makes it look worse. Like, bro, that's not a Glock. Yeah. That's not an FN.
A little ass gun. Like, if you gonna have a little ass gun like that, get a revolver.
Get a revolver.
Then it's kind of like funny too. It's kind of like this nigga got a revolver.
Like it's on some shit like, or like if you gonna post a gun on there, why not just post like a lighter gun or some shit? Like I don't know if you want to just get everybody riled up like that. Cause like, bro, you just got signed by Nike, bro. You just seen Kyrie Irving lose this same deal that you just got because he liked the fucking Twitter post, and you get on Instagram.
Yeah.
And you post a damn gun. Like, bro, that's not smart. Yeah. It's never before seen. You can't pull up any history of any other fucking player getting on IG Live and showing off guns. Okay. And then and I'm not going to say it because I'm not no rat, but I have sources that have told me that you were flashing out backwood packets on IG Live as well. These aren't good looks, man.
Yeah, it's like when Paul Pierce even said, Paul Pierce was like, I was walking around with guns. I was in such and such Jalen Rose.
Paul Pierce got stabbed in the club in the 90s.
I get that, but that wasn't the point. I wanted to hit you. I wanted to hit to the point where it's just like, nigga wasn't showing it though, like showing everybody. You can have it.
Flashing the gun.
Had a backwoods, had a gun, but you ain't got to show. Like you don't have to show. Just have it. Like you got it.
Why do you feel like you got to go on IG Live, bro?
That's what I feel like the thing is, though.
This is the best way to think about it, Ja. You are now an icon. You have become, as soon as you got those shoes, as soon as you started doing those dunks, you became an icon for kids all over the world, man. Not just adults who still love basketball, but for kids as well, man. So you can't, your page is followed by a lot of little kids who love basketball, man. That page has to be full of basketball content. If you want to do a little crazy shit like that, don't make a Finsta, man. I swear it's not sweet when you at your level. It's not, you feel me?
It's not, because it's understandable. You don't want it just for situations just like this. You don't want to show the public.
Get all your closer friends and get in that.
That's why I kind of get people kind of like telling him like the perception is like he's not like that. He's trying to play a role,
and that's weird for people to say.
Yeah, it is, but they only say that because you don't have to be showing the shit on IG. You ain't got to be showing like that's like nigga. Always showing his gun, always showing just like you ain't got it.
And then right after the situation with the little kid, and I don't even know about the situation there, but I'm pretty sure
the self-awareness is
I'm pretty sure we're going with if I was thinking of Ja Morant doing this scenario, it'd probably have to be like, okay, hooping outdoors type of scenario, kid popping at the mouth, and then he did something that triggered Ja Morant, probably swung on him or something. I don't know. I've seen it happen though. A great basketball player come to the court, people feel like they gotta try him. Like I've seen it happen in the hood. If you still out there in the hood, just stop hooping in the hood for one. Why are you doing that? Why do you feel like you need to pull out a gun on somebody?
Why is he hooping outside? Ja Morant, first off.
Right.
Why
he just won't let it go.
Air
That's what it
conditioning
is.
gym.
He won't let it go. He won't let it go. It's still young. It's still in him. Yeah. He won't let it go. Ja, I promise you, it's bigger shit out there, man. Just move on, bro.
And then it's just like, imagine yourself outside with a nigga mad, and you talking about you finna go in the house and get the strap. I imagine he has a big house. It wasn't like no little walk. It's just like you thinking about it on the walk.
Because I don't think he stayed nowhere near just a regular court.
Because
he got his own basketball court in the back of his house.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he in the back of his house.
Nah. Nah, I doubt he did all that in the back of his house.
So that's even worse. Why the fuck are you at some random public
court,
park playing basketball
court, when you could get private sessions with great professional players?
No
get
cap.
real work in.
You can invite players over. You know who over there?
But
Then
he
you
do
going?
like to give back. He do like to feel me show his face out there. So I respect it, bro. But
Well, you gotta know
like
that's
everybody
gonna come.
not seeing it in the same light as you, Ja Morant.
Bro's probably trolling to get you to do some crazy ass shit like that, so he can,
Right.
so he can sue
Sue
your
you
ass.
or some
Crazy.
shit. Like it's all a part of the plan. All right.